Alright guys, what's good? Here we go for another Super Sunday, but we got to start it out with a, movie review. Real quick one. Won't get into many spoilers. If you guys haven't seen it already, which you should. Transformers Dark of the Moon. First off, I've never liked that name, the title, Dark of the Moon. I always thought it was kind of cheesy, but, I understand why they made it that, but still, nonetheless, never liked it. But the movie itself was really good. I sat there very entertained. I have some, complaints about this movie, more so than any of the other Transformers. But keeping that aside, it was still a really damn good movie. Great special effects. The 3D was by far superior to anything I have seen so far in 3D. It was absolutely perfect. I was blown away just how crystal clear, in depth it was. It was one of those ones that you definitely want to check it out in 3D. For those of you who don't like 3D, I think this would be a good one. But for the ones that get kind of nauseous watching 3D movies, this one won't be for you, because it is all over the place action. I thought it was a lot funnier than all the other ones. They put a lot of good humor into it. I love the fact Optimus Prime has this trailer, and there's a reason for him having this trailer. I thought that was really cool. It's just those little things that they can add like that, which I really enjoy. Yeah, but it was just an all-around fun movie. A couple of my complaints still have always been too much human element into the Transformers, which I understand why, but I don't like the fact that the humans take down Transformers. I always hated that. These things are supposed to be superior in every single way compared to humans, so every time a human takes one down, I don't really like it too much. Megatron, his look was just so cool, the way he was kind of all beat down and everything, and how he had those chains holding his body up. I thought that was really cool. I was disappointed that he didn't really get to do much. A lot of the Decepticons didn't really do much. The main guys, once again, Soundwave was a disappointment. Starscream was a disappointment. But for the other guys, they really put in work for them, especially the Autobots. They get away with a lot of stuff, which is cool. But if you're a fan of all these movies, you'll definitely enjoy it. I highly encourage all the G1 guys who have still not seen this movie to actually do so. They're really damn good movies. There's a reason why they look the way they do. It's just one of those movies you gotta see. Alright, earlier in the week I was able to finally pick up a Destroyer figure from the movie line. This is probably the one I wanted best out of this whole set. There's dude. Say what's up? Ew, whatever. But yeah, this is the one I think a lot of us are really looking forward to. The Thor line wasn't that great with the figures, but yeah, this one is cool. He's also got a little gimmick right there with the light. I actually would have preferred if this little piece right here would have been in the back, just because it just looks kind of funny with it right in his gut. But anyways, let's crack him open. So here is Destroyer standing next to modern Thor. I would really wish he would have been a lot bigger, but it is what it is. Still cool that we got this figure. He's got a lot of detail on him, which is really impressive. Yeah, the only thing disappointing on him is the size and this little button function. Doesn't even go all the way up to his head. And I think it would actually been better if it was on his back. But of course, there goes the battery pack. Still, nice figure. Really, still happy I got it, but just wish that he was just a little bit bigger. Something I forgot to mention on this one: it does not have the shoulder articulation. It just, rotates right there. It doesn't go in and out, and no waist articulation at all. So I forgot to mention that. Still a little bit of a letdown. Then you got Marvel Legends Destroyer back there, compared to Marvel Universe Destroyer, and then Marvel Universe Thor again. Now let me ask you guys: does this Thor work well with the Marvel Legends Destroyer? Because in the movie he was huge. He was absolutely enormous compared to Thor. So, I'm kind of voting that it does fit with them pretty well. But what is your guys' take on that? Still a badass figure. Alright guys, so here we go. Something I've been anticipating for a minute now. We finally got our figures in from JD Meg, and I am super impressed by him. So here goes the modern Rogue. This is a very clean custom, man. This is really spot on. Absolutely blown away by it. The metallic paint. He did a lot of sculpting, especially with the scarf. It just came out really super clean, man. I'm really digging this figure right here. To me, this is the only way I've gotten a Rogue is by a custom, because the Marvel Legends one, the box set, cost so much. But it's always nice to get this one because it's a, you know, an updated costume. It's just all around really cool. Big thanks for using a body sculpt, especially for the Black Widow, because I think that was really good, almost perfect female mold. Boobies. No, but yeah, this thing is spot on clean. He did excellent work. Just really cool. Look at all that detail. Man, I'm digging this. This thing is so cool. And then of course, my man, the Iron Patriot. Now this is a figure I've been wanting for a very long time. If you guys know me and have followed me for so long, you know what a big fan I was of the whole Dark Reign era. Just because this is Norman Osborn just at his best. He basically he was in charge of everything, and you know, it just collapsed on him. You know, it was only a matter of time, but for the time that he was, I thought that was some of Marvel's best work. It was just so cool to see that kind of change. And he also threw in the variant Green Goblin head. You can see he's got that little going on. And then all the accessories too, interchangeable hands. So this thing is really cool. But yeah, Norman Osborn was just a beast of this whole era. He just, you know, he wanted to do things, you know, he wanted to do right, but in his way, you know what I'm saying? So it was just always coming down to what he wanted, and sometimes wasn't always the best way. But yeah, this is a figure I've been wanting for quite some time, and I have to really thank JD Meg for all these, man. These came out really clean. I'm super impressed. Definitely, guys need to look him up and give him some work. You know what I'm saying? He does really great custom work. I don't know what his limits are, but from all these, I think this is a definitely good start. So I got to give a huge big shout out to my boy out there in the NY, Mr. Boog Nice 10. He was able to cop me one of these Crimson Dynamos. Very impressed with this figure. Now, I know it's not the one we are accustomed to, but I think this one is a great look for him. Now, you know what Hasbro should do in order to save face with a lot of people is, you know, I know they like to put their own little spins on things, but maybe if they could do like say a concept, you know what I'm saying, at the title instead of, you know, their own look. Granted, you know how comics are. Every, you know, character is different. They, you know, with different artists, you know, it will change. But I think, yeah, I would have liked to seen this one a lot bigger. But, you know, if they would have done their own, say, like, concept style, then, hey, I would have been okay with it as far as that goes. But, nonetheless, it is a really great figure. This thing is super clean. The paint scheme on him is immaculate. I really like it. You can see all the shiny, kind of metallic paint they use. I actually really dig this helmet. This thing is super clean. But all around, really nice figure. We'll go head to toe. As you can see, the gray scheme works really well with this figure. I mean, there's not too much to him as far as, you know, color wise. He's just a solid magenta and silver. So it's a really solid figure. If you can ever get a chance to get this thing, I mean, me and my boy Configure were talking about this. Hasbro's distribution is, you know, we already know it's lacking. But on the West Coast, it really seems to be hitting hard. I mean, it's just, you don't see this wave at all. That's the big problem, because a lot of us want to get, you know, doubles of these things, you know, for a lot of steel motion and stuff like that. But how can we? We can't even find them. So Hasbro definitely needs to step it up, especially on the West Coast front. I know they're stationed out in Rhode Island, you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot easier for the East Coasters to get most of these figures. But come on, Hasbro. We have collectors out here on the West Coast. And continue with my WW Legend figures. WW. We got the British Bulldog Davy Boy Smith here. One of those guys, you know, you grew up with from the 80s who was just just a real powerhouse. He never really took off, but at the same time, he was still a superstar. Just a very sad tragedy what happened to him. You know, a lot of these wrestlers, man, they just, I don't know, it's like a curse or something here. You can see Mr. Perfect, he passed away. British Bulldog, he also passed away. I don't know if Vader's still alive. Somebody hit me up and if they know that. Of course, Brian Perlman. So it's a bad curse what happens to wrestlers. But at the same time, you know, these guys do live on, you know, with their memories and, you know, action figures. So this one will definitely go up on the wall. Alright, so I finally went in there and picked up the last Green Lantern figure I needed. Nat Kel Leo? I don't know. Fuck it. But anyways, but yeah, I've been wanting to get another one for a minute now. You know, this was kind of the last one I needed for the, you know, the core, as far as what they have out. And of course another Stormtrooper. Clone Trooper, I should say. Can't ever go wrong with getting more of those. But yeah, I'm still waiting on to get all the rest of the waves. I know a lot of them have been hitting recently. And that's one thing cool about, you know, as far as Hasbro not delivering out to the West Coast, Mattel delivers hardcore to the West Coast. I mean, I think they're stationed out here, so. But yeah, it helps out a lot of us, you know, DC Universe collectors. Yes, sir. Now we got another one of those Savage Frost Giants. So now I'm up to 2. Grand total of 2. Right on. So what I'm going to do is open this thing because I want to see. Because the last one I opened up, there was waist articulation right off the bat. So I want to open this up and see what kind of articulation we got going with this thing. Rightio. Alright, so here we got them outside. Let's see what we got. Yep. See? It only took like just not even any kind of force whatsoever. So some of these things do have it. I think they're just glued on a little more tight than others. So yeah, definitely be on the lookout if you can. I don't know how you can be, but I actually really like these damn figures. If you're an MU collector, you have to get these. I won't say have to, but they're very nice for your collection. I mean, you can have an army of these things at a good price too. I don't know how much those Sentinels will be when they come out, but for right now, these are the joints right here. Very cool. Very cool. And of course, with all these damn Frost Giants you might pick up, you're going to get an army of Lokis as well. Yeah, Loki. Alright, so now the underrated figure for the week, we have Wonder Man. This is from that Legendary Riders set. Awesome figure, you know, it really is cool. I'm just not particularly a fan of the character Wonder Man, but I have to say this is a really nice figure. Now, this is the body mold used by, of course, Sentry, Captain Britain, Black Panther, and it's actually my favorite body mold for Marvel Legends. Just the way it just looks, the design of it. And this one is really cool because the paint on him is so neat. The black tones are really nicely done. You can see the flesh tones on his face, and his all-around skin are just perfect. Now this one right here in the belt, you got this kind of metallic feel to it, where on the boots it's kind of a solid red, which I think works really well. So it's a completely different red. And then you can see on the bands are that same red as the belt, which that little Wonder Man insignia goes right with his boots. So solid figure all around. You can see the eyes as well. They're that red. Very, very cool. Of course, this variant is a little bit more pricey. Not too bad. This figure's not too bad in price either. You can find them pretty damn cheap if you just look. But yeah, I'm a big fan of this body mold for Legends, just because it also has this kind of unique arm movement back there where you can really kind of pull them back and go forward. So solid figure, definitely a good pickup, especially for that wave. Alright, and on the DCU side, we have from the 5-pack, that Gotham 5-pack set, we have Catwoman here. Now this right here was the only reason I really wanted that set, that and the Lex Luthor figure, but this one right here I think was the better out of all of them. Now, if you guys collect the superhero line, you know that Catwoman in the all black is kind of a pain in the ass to get a hold of. She can go for a good penny, but this is a solid figure. She even comes with the whip. It's over my weapons accessory. I didn't want to go out there and look for it, but the detail on this figure is so nice. I actually really love the glasses on there. I think it's so cool the way they did that. As you can see, they're see-through and all that. The zipper effect is really nice. I mean, all the way around, just a solid paint, you know, nothing spectacular. The boots are this nice gloss, but they're detailed as well, as you can see in there. I think that's a really nice look. All around, just a really good figure, and it's definitely worth it. I saw that pack also. It was like on clearance for 20 bucks, so definitely worth getting it. As you can see, the gloves are that also kind of shiny gloss. So this is a really cool figure. Definitely worth getting. If you can't get the black one, then get this one too, because you can get her loose on eBay for cheap now too as well. So definitely look into picking her up. So I forget who it was, but somebody hit me up a little bit ago asking if I would do the Marvel Universe for the underrated figures as well. Let me know if you guys want me to start doing that as well. I know the line is still relatively young, but at the same time there's a lot of figures, and there's some good ones out there that maybe you guys don't particularly want to check out or haven't given the time to. Just let me know if you want to see that, and I'll add it in there. Alright guys, hope you guys enjoyed Super Sunday. Now before I sign out, we all know that July is going to be a big month for us collectors out there, just to see what's new, what's coming out, all that good stuff. But the last week or so, we've seen a huge explosion in the Facebook site, especially the spawn off from Articulated Comic Book Art, the DC Universe community, all that. I'm going to link everything in there. So what was started up this week, there was a Marvel Legends community page for the Facebook, and also a Marvel Universe community page. So I'm going to make sure I put all those links in there, so definitely check those out. A lot of good stuff popping out. And we hope you guys have a very safe and happy 4th of July. Party it up, hang out with the family, eat up, just have a good time, you guys. Alright, from Iron Patriot, from the rest of the Dark Avengers, peace.